Simon Blackwood making this recording in the summer of 2024 in Stranraer, Wigtownshire, southwest Scotland, in the cemetery, Strecken Cemetery, Church of Scotland, looking at a stone erected in 1879 by John Blackwood, the Locomotive Superintendent for the Port Patrick Railway, and is erected in memory of his beloved wife Janet Comrie, who had died 2 years before on the 29th of August 1877 at the age of 56 years. Janet and John had been married since 1845. Janet came from Perthshire. We know that her father was Duncan, was a slater, and his mother McAnish from Perthshire. John Blackwood's parents came from Kirkintilloch, although his father had been born in Muirkirk in Ayrshire, and this is where the Blackwoods came from. John had been working as a locomotive superintendent here since 1865, and before that in Glasgow and Peebles. They had 10 children. This headstone refers to 4 of their children. Henry, their eldest, an engineer, I'm assuming a maritime engineer, who died on the 5th of March 1871 at Pernambuco, Brazil, at the age of 21 years. The stone also refers to 3 other children, Thomas, Christina and Jeanie, who all died in infancy. As to the other 6 children, 2 continued to live in Scotland as far as I know, and the other 4 moved to Lancashire, one of which, John Duncan Blackwood, is my great-grandfather, who was a maritime engineer. So John and Janet had 4 sons who all worked as maritime engineers, likely because John, as the locomotive superintendent, was responsible not only for the railways here, but also for the steamships that went between Port Patrick and Larne in Ireland. The name Comrie has been handed down through the generations. 2 of their children carried Comrie as their middle name, very much a Scottish tradition to hand down the mother's name, the maiden name, down to the children. 5 grandchildren, and as far as I know, 1 great-grandchild, Ethel Comrie Metcalfe, who some of you watching this video will know as Ethel Lowe. The erector of the stone, John Blackwood, died 1st of June 1885, aged 62 years. The Blackwoods, as I said, generally resided around Glasgow. John's oldest sister Janet's grandson Tom Johnson, who grew up in Kirkintilloch and was a Glasgow Clydesider Red and Labour Member of Parliament, was to go on and become the Scottish Secretary of State in World War II, and it was said that his activities were supported by the Blackwoods when he first went to set up his printing machine.